So there are a lot of simple little things that we can do to improve the effectiveness and the safety of a squat. For these, we like to call them the soft skills of squatting. These include setting the bar height at the correct height in the rack, having an even and balanced hand position, effective for upper back tension and tightness, the unracking of the weight, the walk back, and then also the re-racking of the weight. And this is what we're going to go over today in this video. So first and foremost is setting the bar at the correct height in the rack. Here at Melbourne Strength Culture, we like to coach that the bar should be set up at the mid-chest height. So once you walk directly into the bar, that bar hits you across the mid-chest. This means that we can unrack the bar safely without clipping the J-hooks, and that we can also return the bar back into the rack without having to step over the J-hooks and really lift ourselves up onto our toes to get over back into the hooks. So the second soft skill of squatting is the hand position and where to set the hands for an optimal squat performance. For this, we need to think about two things. Number one is that our hands even, and number two are our hands in a position where we can create as much upper back tension as possible. So for hand position to be even, all we need to do is look at each individual bar and make sure that our hands are even on the barbell. For this, we look at the markings on the bar. So we have on this power bar here, we have a ring here on the right side and the left side. And then we also have the center knurling here in the middle. So obviously the center knurling is going to be the middle of the bar. And for this, I'm going to place my hands, so my ring finger is on the ring on each side. This will mean that my hands are evenly spaced and will allow for the bar to sit nicely on my body. So the second thing that we have to think about with hand position on barbell is with a back squat, we want the hands to be as close together in order to create as much upper back tightness as possible. When we set the hands, however, we need to make sure that it is comfortable for our wrists, elbows and shoulders, and that we're not forcing ourselves into any position where we've got some energy leak, so that the elbows have to dive on the inside, or that we have to crank our neck back into extension, or that the wrist is bent far back. We want to have our hands as close together as possible, maintaining a neutral wrist and a solid shoulder position for the bar to sit on. So once I have my hands even on the bar, what I'm looking to do is create a shelf that the bar can sit on my back. For this, I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together. By squeezing your shoulder blades together, you create a little shelf of muscle that the bar can sit on. Once the bar is on this position, it is imperative that we do not move the hands. It is also very important that we maintain this pinch of our shoulder blades together and that we continue to pull the bar down into my back the entire time while squatting, all the way through unrack, step back, squat, and then all the way back into our walk in and re-rack. So next is the unrack. Once we have created a safe, stable position for the bar to rest on our back by squeezing our shoulder blades together and having even hands on the bar, the unrack is the next step in the squat. An efficient unrack will mean that the bar will not have too much lateral deviation and that we'll have comfortable steps back into position. The least steps that we can use will preserve energy for the squat itself, which is what we want. So once I create my shelf, and my even hands on the bar, and I step under and I stand up, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set my feet underneath my hips. From here, I'm going to stand straight up. I'm going to let the bar settle in position on my back, so the bar will stop moving. I'm then going to take my first step will be straight back. This will allow the bar to move past the rack before stepping wide and then setting my feet with my final step. This is called the 3-step unrack. So just to reiterate, I'm going to step underneath the bar, pinch my shoulder blades, have my feet directly under my hips before standing up, letting the bar settle. First step comes back, second step is wide, third step is to set my feet in place. Once I'm here, I'm ready to start my squat. The final soft skill of squatting is re-racking the bar once you've finished your set. For us, this should be the easiest step out of everything because we've set the bar at the correct height from the start, which was chest height, the middle of your chest. So for this, all we need to do, once we finish our set, is come back to the middle with our feet and walk straight into the rack. Check left and right before moving back into the hooks. A common mistake seen with re-racking the bar is that as you walk in, you're starting to search for the J hooks. So you'll look for one side and you'll believe that that one's in. You'll then go back and look for the other side, but as a result, you'll twist and then the first side will come out and you won't actually be on the rack. We know that we've set the rack at the right height to start with, so all we have to do is walk in, feel the rack, then check, and then drop. Thank you for watching this video. If we managed to help you with any tips or tricks for your squatting efficiency and safety, please give us a like or subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly. Happy lifting. As always, welcome to the culture, and we're done just in time for the rain.